obviously clueless.
Right here.
Okay, well,
No, the other side. It's on that side.
This side?
Hey, put your finger over it. Yeah.
Okay, can you come sit with me?
Yeah, but you're talking because I didn't even want to do this. I don't even like these people. Are we live right now?
Yes.
Oh.
Hey, Chandler.
What's in my hair?
Fuzz from the baby blanket. What's up?
I don't know what's going on. I was going to sleep.
It's 7:15.
Well, she woke me up.
Hey, Justin.
What's up, Devin?
Doing good, John. I feel like I'm already ginormous, and this is like really big.
It's just a big screen.
I don't like it.
Like it's not that big on people's phone.
Oh, okay. We're starting off pretty rough already there, Justin.
Well, we're wondering if Chandler's found anybody yet.
Oh, are we still on that?
Yeah, I don't think he's made love yet. What? That's his goal. He wants to make love.
Well, we just had dinner and the kids are going to bed since today was school holiday. And gotta get them back on track for tomorrow. That's pretty virgin there, Chandler. Lord. It's okay. I hear somebody creeping around out there right now.
Go to bed.
I just said good
Good
night.
night,
Good night.
baby.
Love you.
Love you.
I love you. Make sure you get back under the covers. It's cold, okay? Your hair's wet.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so the reason I wanted Beau to do this video is because
Here are some videos of Ethan I found on the web.
who is Ethan? And why is my Siri? What is wrong with this thing?
Of who?
Ethan. Who is
I don't
Ethan?
know. You tell me. Why are you in those videos?
That's not me. But I am disturbed by what I see in them. Okay. All right. So I have a different version of what I wanted Beau to do this year. And then Beau was doing his own research on what he wants. Obviously, the goal is to have, he is tired, John. He's been working on the baby's room every single day. The goal here is to have something that he can enjoy as a daily driver, obviously, and also build content with, because he likes doing YouTube, and if that's what he likes, then that's what he likes. It's not for me, so I'm not gonna make a decision for him, and he's like wanting me to make the decision, and I do not want to do that. Beau has found a Jeep he posted to Instagram that he likes. I believe today he sent me a walk around video of the Jeep, and it looks like it has an extensive build list. I do not, I don't really know like how to, like every time I start doing something. I do not know how to go over a modification list for a Jeep. If this was a car or if this was a truck, I could go over a modification list and we could take it from there, and I would absolutely know what I was talking about. With Jeeps, I don't know. He's playing. He ain't really asleep.
What?
Dumbass. if we were to build a Jeep and build a Jeep based off of how I wanted to do it, it's not going to be an LS motor. I mean, I'm sorry. That's been done. And I mean, Hemi Swap's been done. Hellcat's been done. I mean, it's all been done before. But I would prefer to go the Hellcat way. That's just what I would prefer. I don't want a Jeep truck. That's stupid. I don't like Gladiators, and I don't like the Comanche. So, I'm not a Dodge fan, guys, so Cummins won't work for me either.
What do you think a Hellcat motor is?
Well, I mean, but it's different.
No, what I found was it's a 4-door Jeep, and it's got Pro Rock Dynatrack 60s in there. Those are $17,000 for that pair of axles. It's got the Keen Coilover long arm suspension, which is $13,000, and the Atlas transfer case with the twin stick in it. That's another $6,000. It's just the modifications that have been done to this one. For the price I could get it for, it'd take 3 times that amount of money to build it, and trying to save up, $17,000 for a set of axles is just something I probably would not save up for. I'd probably settle out for some junk. Well, it wouldn't be junk, but I'd have to do junkyard build stuff. But this way, the only modifications it needs is a bigger motor eventually. So that'd be a good project, and I could actually start building on a motor before we install it. And I like to do a full audio system, like I've always done in all my Jeeps, but this time do a more detailed build for the channel. And then we want a vinyl wrap. Well, we're gonna wrap the Jeep for JoJo's a big fan of Jurassic Park, so we're gonna make a Jurassic Park replica out of it. But it's just something, I could buy a week or 2 from now, go pick it up and bring it home and be able to start making content right away, as far as going to, like Arkansas and going up to Utah, over in Alabama, down in Florida. It's just built for the trails right off the bat, and it's streetable, so it's not overdone like a buggy or anything, and it's still a 4-door, so we could haul the kids in there and still enjoy it on the weekends. And it's just something that's just ready to go. So we'll see. And am I getting rid of the truck? Yes, eventually. I mean, not right now, but I mean, yes, eventually. We just don't need it. We have no need for a dually 1-ton truck right now. I needed it when I was working the oil field and hauling my camper, but I don't do that anymore. So we could definitely get a much cheaper truck as just a backup truck. Then we wouldn't need that thing. But I don't know.
So here is where, like, when Beau's going over the list of modifications that he was just talking about, like, I'm sure that the suspension can be verified. I mean, you can look on a Jeep and see suspension. But we have built vehicles before, and come to find out, the build list was exaggerated and just plain lied about. And that's why I have a problem buying a vehicle that someone is saying that they've done.
Well, none of this is internal. So, like, this isn't in the motor or anything. Like, you can visually see everything that he's stating. There's nothing.
But it's obviously, I mean, he's taking it on trails and everything else.
Yeah.
So how beat the hell up has he done the Jeep?
Well, we've been over all that, and it's not a daily driver for him. Never has been. And he takes it on 2-3 different trail rides a year, and that's what he built it for. And now he wants to build a pair of razors. He's getting to the side-by-side game, but I mean, it's fully armored all the way around. I doubt it's going to be, a show quality vehicle as far as the finish of it, but he said he's only had the top and doors off a few times. There's a bunch of rock rash on the rock rings on the wheels, and but the entire body's covered with that body armor, so I don't know, but it's the price of the Jeep is barely more than the cost of the axles brand new, and that's just I've asked a lot of my guys that are a lot more educated in like extensive Jeep builds, like the Atlas transfer case. I've heard of them, but I've never had one, and I just know they're really expensive. So I told a couple buddies the build list on it, showed them my messages between me and the seller and the pictures and everything, and all of them said, "Man, if you don't want it, I'm gonna get it." So they're saying it could bring a little bit more money than what I'm paying for it, just because of even though it's a very particular thing and it doesn't book for that, like the blue book value on it, because it's a 07 model, doesn't come close to it. So that's why people can't get a loan. That's one of those things you have to have cash for. But it's no, it's not overly expensive. And once we settle it for good, whether or not that's the one I'm getting, which will be in the next day or two when we decide. But that then I can, because I'll give you all a live trip when I have to fly up there and drive it back, and so I mean I won't have to hide what I paid for it. It's not a big deal. But for now,
I would
I just wanna
prefer
be
that
quiet.
we did not discuss it. I mean, I don't think it's any. I mean, I'm not being rude, but it's none of your business
Well,
about
people
any
want to
of.
know about builds, though. They want to know a realistic
Well, I
way
mean,
if
you
it's
can
something they can do.
Well, I mean, obviously, with $17,000 worth of a modification on suspension, that's not something everybody can do.
It's $30,000 with the suspension and the axles alone are $30,000.
We're not paying that, but I don't like discussing finances. I wouldn't buy anything from SEMA if you gave it to me. I'm sorry. Those trucks put a lot of work and effort into them, but they just come with a stigma, and there's a lot of people that have that kind of cash just throw out there for a SEMA vehicle. That's not something that I would be comfortable with.
Well, I don't know if y'all have seen me on. Some of y'all might follow me on Instagram. I don't know, but the video is only 2 minutes long, so I'll let y'all hear real quick just the walk around video.
Never mind the noise in the background. I got a buddy working on a car, a Ultra 4 buggy actually. So here's the front of the Jeep, all custom bumpers. Got a 10,000-pound Warren winch. It's got a PSC hydraulic assisted steering, which you need with these 40-inch by 1550 on 20-inch bead locks. The axles were made in California and shipped in. They are Dynatrack 60s, front and rear, full float. We have what's called an anti-rock sway bar, which helps with articulation, let the axle drop. We have 2.0 coilovers, King coilovers, and 2.5 King triple bypass shocks. The coilovers themselves are about 500. The shocks themselves are 600. These are all on all four corners. 1-ton axles with 1350 U-joints, custom-made long arms with 1.25 heims, custom skid plates. There's the Atlas transfer case. Exhaust, 40-inch Nitos. There's the full float hub. That's how you know it's full float. Sticks out the rear there. The rear's not traditionally mounted. The suspension. It is all on what's called a cantilever system. So it's all tucked up underneath out of the way. And it drops. So I have to have limiting straps on the rear. Otherwise it'll drop down pretty far and articulate too far actually. So you'll have to keep those limiting straps in. Got a Evo rear mounted tire carrier with a full size spare, sorry, it's never touched the ground. There's your Dynatrack Pro Rock 60. She's wide, she's about 89 inches wide. The reservoirs for the shocks, some are mounted underneath and some mounted up top here. It does have an anti-rock in the rear as well. It's got a new skid plate for the fuel tank. There's the other side as long as the long arms go. It does have ARB air lockers front and rear. And it does have Dynatrack manual locking hubs, which are stronger than an automatic locking hub. And it makes the front a fusible link if you were to need to change it out. The front has a high steer, which means this steering knuckle is well above where it would normally be down here, so it keeps it up out of the way of rocks, so you don't bend or break.
All right, so that's basically it. But you know, a lot of y'all, I saw a lot of y'all commenting, "Oh, we'll just get something normal and this and that." Well, normal doesn't carry over well on YouTube. It is, as y'all know, it's everybody wants what brings attention, and YouTube is a decent amount of income for our family for the past year, and I hope it continues on through this year. So it's for content creation, and it's I can't do the fast car thing. I get in too much trouble with fast cars, so that's just not a feasible thing. Well, D will, I get what you're saying. I'm not saving money. I make money off of YouTube. Like,
This is an investment. It's an asset.
it's a business investment for we make money on YouTube. So this is something at the pace I'm going at now. I could put that money back in the bank in 6 or 7 months just with YouTube revenue. So then it would be a paid off business asset. I mean, it was just like it is a cantilever set up on the suspension, which I've never seen that on a Wrangler. I've seen cantilevers on other stuff, but
I just have. I mean, like
this isn't all of our money. We're not saying, okay, well, this is every dollar we've saved up that we're spending on this. We're talking about making an investment. This is a business to us, so
we're trying to decide which direction to go, and Beau thinks the upfront investment would pay off better than a build content spread over months. My proposition to Beau was to buy, let's just throw it out because that's an 07. We'll say an 07 Wrangler Rubicon and start from scratch, doing all custom fabrication. But like Beau said, the suspension alone on this Jeep was $30,000.
$13,000.
I thought everything was $30,000.
Suspension's $13,000. Axles are completely different.
Well, I'm sorry. See, I don't know anything about Jeeps. I'm out of my element here. So we're looking at $30,000 in axles and suspension, correct? Okay. So there's no way on God's green earth would I be okay with Beau spending $30,000 on that. I mean, that's just not like what I would think. Next person says Winston Cave gets blocked. Sorry. I hate it. I hate it. No.
You gotta just ignore the people that are just talking.
I can ignore it when you're doing your video, but I'm on here and I get to make the rules. But there's no way that I would be okay doing that, as we go along. Well, that's what he thinks, Crazy Rune. I have had my Camaro for, I'm having to really think, hold on, 27 years. So that's how long I've had it. I know I'm not 50. My thought process was to do a minimum investment up front, and then as we go along with the build, that the YouTube revenue, that the content that is built off of that would pay for itself. So we wouldn't be coming out of more money as we go along. But that's, there's no way that, it's possible if something crazy happened, but I don't see a revenue check coming across for $30,000 for him to be able to buy those axles and suspension. Now, there are different things that he can do with this Jeep to continue a build. It's not really a built Jeep, as people like to say. It's not a built and bought versus type thing with a Jeep. There's a lot of different elements when you're talking about doing Jeeps. It's not a car. So I don't know.
The only upgrade left is the engine and transmission. Everything else is the best you can get as far as the rest of the drivetrain and the suspension. It's as good as it gets. There's no level above that. So that would be it. Do a motor swap eventually, and then do an audio setup and cosmetic upgrades, just stuff that you look at. But
And I see a lot of people were mentioning, Jeeps can't tow. Well, we've gone over this a bunch of times
We've towed
before.
plenty.
We've towed everything under the sun, from a pontoon boat to campers to inventory
We
trailers.
went to the off-road park all the way in Texas, and tow's just fine.
Yeah, I mean, it's Jeep's towed just fine.
Anything that I don't own bulldozers and tractors and everything, so it pulls around a little 16-foot, 18-foot trailer just fine.
John, if you want to do an outdoor channel, I support that. I mean, there are a lot of.
But you ain't gonna see $1 for a year.
Yeah.
So that's most people's problem with starting a channel is
frustration.
They'll upload a video that they spent 4 hours editing, and then a month later it's got like 50 views, and you're like, man, this ain't worth my time. That's why most people quit. But you have to let it build up to where your views start justifying you being on YouTube.
Like, I had a YouTube channel before Beau did. And I never really planned on doing anything with it. I don't even remember what I had on there. I deleted my early videos that I used to have on there.
Twerking?
I was not twerking. I have nothing to twerk. But, I would probably get 90 views. The Camaro is not Beau's, and I'm sure at some point we will do something.
Just a restoration update on it, because it's been so long since it's been touched.
I believe the last time the Camaro was restored was when I was 8 years old. So it's been a while, and it probably needs a little refresher, but there won't be any upgrades or anything crazy, and motor swap or anything like that. My car's not a hot rod. It is a classic, and it will remain a classic. So, and I seen someone else say, what about doing something older, classic with a patina type thing? That's all been, there are a good many people that actually know that already have vehicles like that are pretty well, around the scene. And
yeah, man, we got our garage. I don't own a welder. I don't own a plasma table or laser cutter. I've got friends that have all that stuff, but when it gets to doing a build, if it doesn't bolt on, then I can't do it personally. I can't fabricate and build.
Well, you can fabricate because you come up with the designs and concepts.
Yeah, but I don't have the tools for it.
But you can't complete the process.
The only thing I can do audio stuff from my garage, because I have all that stuff. I can do vinyl wraps. I can do bolt-on performance parts, and upgrade the rock rings, maybe something like that. But it would be
we don't have anywhere to do that, Will.
We've had fast cars, just over it for now.
And that kind of goes back to, let's talk about 2020 goals. The goal is to move away from here, from our home that we have right now. It's too small, and we don't have any land. And I eventually would like a big shop on our land. The plan is actually to build like a shop house, live there while we subcontract our own house. I want to be my own contractor and build my own house. Now I'm moving to Texas. I love visiting Texas, love everything about Texas. I don't want to live there. I hate your roads. I hate your drivers. No. But I would like to live on some land and be able to create a shop that would, house our business, and possibly buy some machine stuff where Beau can actually do fabrication in-house, because he has the intelligence to do that type of work. And he's actually really good at it when he has the right tools and space to do so. We obviously don't like to rely heavily on other people to do that and carry out his final design concepts, but sometimes that's what happens. But I would like to see him bring that in-house, where he could actually be creative and carry out visions that we have to do different projects. I think we come up together, and him as an individual come up with some pretty cool stuff that would bring in money if he could just sit there and do it himself. But there is nowhere here in our, oh, I hate Kermit. God, I hate Kermit. I was talking about that with my girlfriends. I hate Kermit,
What is
Texas.
wrong with Kermit?
Oh my God, I hated Kermit.
You got a good gas station.
Yeah, that's it. But we have no room here. I mean, like, literally, we have our inventory shelving in our garage, and my car goes in there. That's it. Of course, we're going to be selling the camper, so that's going to eventually be moved out of our driveway. But I do love San Antonio to visit. We had a great time in San Antonio. We actually we stayed a couple of days in San Antonio.
Went to the Riverwalk.
Yeah.
Yeah, the jerky. That's at all the big gas. What's the big gas stations in Texas?
Buc-ee's?
Yeah, Buc-ee's. Yep, jalapeno cheese corn dogs. See, I got people that keep up with me more than I don't even remember this stuff.
I don't either. I feel horrible. They know what you eat more than I do. That's horrible.
I don't remember a lot of the beginning time on YouTube. I was drunk every night, so.
Yeah. I'm jealous. Well, I could actually go in Buc-ee's and shop. I like to look around in Buc-ee's when we went. We aren't, I'm not really looking to set something up for my kids and doing that, but
Yeah, I ordered the wrong thing at Buc-ee's and I didn't know how to cancel the order,
yeah.
so I just left.
Kermit is like a black hole in the universe. There's nothing there. Yeah, Tennessee is nice. If I wouldn't have went into labor last Thursday, that's where we were supposed to have gone this past weekend, which I'm glad we didn't, because our family that we do everything with, he has the flu, poor thing. So it wouldn't have been a fun weekend after all. But I don't know, and you know, but like that's the ultimate goal is basically to move, to save, to buy some land and move. Soggy Bottoms, he hasn't been to Arby's and I couldn't tell you when.
Yeah, we got one that's in Pearl.
You got one on Lake Harbor too.
Where?
Lake Harbor. Up the road from Buffalo Wild Wings.
Okay, yeah. All right. Well, good night. See y'all later. We'll give y'all some updates on what's going on. But this is it. So this is the content I'm trying to get away from and give y'all some more exciting stuff going on, because I can only run my mouth for so much. I don't know why the hell y'all still watch after a year, and I ain't had a cool vehicle in 9 months. So I don't know, but y'all are still here. So I can promise you it's going to be some more interesting stuff coming up soon. So
I'll tell you what, if you've made it to 28 minutes and 29 seconds, in the comments, I want you to, even though we just had this discussion, what's cast your vote? Build or bought? So build means buying a Jeep and creating the content as we go along. Bought means the Jeep that Beau posted the video of the walk around. Let's just see what everybody has their opinion on. That doesn't mean that I'm going to listen to your opinion or he's going to listen to your opinion, but put it in the comment section, guys, and on your way out of commenting, I want y'all to hit the thumbs up for me so we can get some more people to vote on the video, and we'll see where we can go from there. Now I'm old and pregnant, and it's about that time for me to relax because I'm tired. So appreciate y'all tuning in and watching, and like I said, please put it in the comments and hit the thumbs up on your way out. Appreciate it, guys. Y'all have a good night.